Hi friend, this is Pastor Lucas Pin and this is our snack for the journey. And this week we're still in the second letter that Paul wrote to Timothy, a very important letter, very touching letter because Paul is going through a tough situation. His appeals seems that it didn't produce any good fruit, and he's kind of preparing himself to be condemned and to be executed. So when he asked Timothy to come, so it's a very important letter. So I'd like you to read the whole letter. It's a great letter. It's a short letter. And before I share the video for today, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel and to share this video with your friends, family, and help us to bless other people. Let's see the verse for today. Verse for today is a great verse. Chapter 4, verse 11. 4, verse 11. Look what he says, all the way to the end of the letter. He says, only Luke is with me. Yeah. Situation of Paul was getting bad, worse, and everybody started kind of gone. He said, only Luke is with me, the doctor. Luke is the one that wrote the Gospel and the book of Acts, just to remind you. Luke was a doctor and he was a disciple of Christ, a disciple of Paul, and he was with Paul all over the place. So he was taking care of Paul, helping him with his health. And then Paul says to Timothy, get Mark and bring him with you. Not only ask Mark to come, you bring him with you, because he is helpful to me in my ministry. He is helpful to me in my ministry. This Mark here is that Mark that abandoned Paul in the beginning of if you go to the book of Acts, you're going to see the story of Paul and the ministry and the missionary trips. And the first missionary, Mark, said, hey, I'm out. I'm not going to, this is too complicated, too dangerous. I don't have a stomach for that. And he abandoned Paul. And then the next time Paul wants to go to another mission trip, Barnabas say, hey, let's take Mark. Paul said, no way. He abandoned us. I don't want anything to do with that guy. And they split. It was a very sad situation, with Barnabas going with Mark to somewhere and Paul with Silas to another place and start the mission trip again. And all those years, we never heard about that anymore until now. So it seems that they reattached. They connected again. They patched their difference. And now Mark is important for his ministry. And it's beautiful to see that. That yes, they had their difference. Mark messed it up, let's put it this way, lightly. And now Paul says, hey, you bring him. Don't just ask him to come. You bring him to me, because he is important for me and my ministry. And Mark is the one that wrote the gospel. So this is a very important people here in this place. In this short verse, you have so many things. But the most important thing is the reconciliation. Reconciliation. The end of his life, Paul is calling for Mark, because he is important for his ministry, and asking Timothy to bring Mark with him. It's a great thing to do. It's a great thing to see that yes, they had their difference in the past, but now they're still in the same team, under the same lordship, the lordship of Christ. And they are doing the same work for Christ. So this is very important for all of us to learn. And this is our snack for today. God bless you.